What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks, because True Talks, all right? Let's get straight right into it. So you already know, man, basically, last night, well, not last night, the day before, it was a game between the Blazers and the Clippers. The Clippers were on the road. And obviously, I'm going to talk about this game. The last game, they won. And, obviously PG was out, Rondo was out, Jackson was out, Kawhi out, the Bear guys was out. But this game, we're going to talk about this because PG was there. At least you have one superstar or star there. And then we're going to dissect their closing because this is more likely going to translate to playoffs, or at least what can we dissect from it. So, PG did close the door. He closed the door and closed and shut it down. You know what I'm saying? You heard Cousin say the slander for PG needs to die. I need it to simmer, right? Simmer down, fam. You know what I'm saying? And we'll obviously dissect and see what happened in the clutch time. Do I trust mine, right? Obviously, this is a couple, 1 2 day older. But you already know there's a problem with the video. But we still got to break it down and we can still dissect and see how it's going to translate, even with Kawhi out. Right, and then you still had with the Blazers, no Dame during this game. Obviously, they still have closers though in Melo and CJ, and we're gonna see how it panned out, what looked like what, and it did come down to the last possession, right? So let's go into that context, because I give it that context. Let's go straight right into it, boy. All right, so Portland down 4, the Clippers up 4 in the clutch time in the fourth quarter to begin. What are we doing, Simons? And 1. Ah! Cousin slapped his hand. I know Cousin don't believe that, but you gotta see that. You fouled him still. He's like, what kind of... I didn't touch that nigga. I didn't touch him. What you talking about? Come on, what's he talking about? I didn't touch him. It's no call. You can see Cousin's like, God damn, fam. I know you couldn't. You pussy just stood there. The ref trying to let him know real quick. Wait! Now, you see? Look at Rondo controlling, man. Wait, time clock and score, when to run the play. You know what I'm saying? Rondo. My great pass. You got to hit that, Patty. Good rebound, cuz. Obviously, he's just bodying down low, man. He could be useful, man. He could be useful. Just getting rebounds, breaking chest, being brolic. What are we doing? Oh my God, pow! That boy flying. Ow! And you pointed to the ref. There's supposed to be an and one. My goodness, with the left hand, he said, I'm the best, man. Give it to Melo. He wanted it. God damn. What we doing? Oh my. With the high knee. Don't cry, B. You see Melo, bruh. With the release. Oh my God. And Rondo's like, my hip. My God, Joe. What are we doing here? Bruh. Melo nice, man. Even when he's struggling, I don't care, man. What are we doing? Buckets. Oh, my God. Twinkle toes. Boom. Buckets. I sprinkle those. That's Melo, man. He's a happy fellow, man. Back in the league, you already know. Stop saying vintage. It's been here. It ain't vintage. He does this on the regular. Hoodie Melo. Braided Melo. Fuck it. I school him. Buckets, man. That boy, man. That boy nice, man. Stop saying vintage, man. The only thing vintage about him is the hair. My goodness, boy. Come on now. I don't care. That's buckets. What are we talking about? You been doing this. Ain't vintage. It's hair, though. Buckets. I'm here, though. He just broke Melo's chest. He's wheezing. He's gasping for air. My goodness. Puffer me. What are we doing here? Great pass. That's got to go. Boom. My goodness. Simons. He said I'm going to fry him. Come on now. That boy. I need him to take more middies and stuff. He just be taking threes only. What are we doing? Good pass. Okay, Batum. They're going through Cousins right now. Okay, Batum with the step back in the midi. I can hit B. I got the mid D. That's how you feel, Batum? What are we doing here? Melo, fry him. My goodness, boy. I like the take, though. Rebound, we out. Push. Down by 2. 7:30 left. How are we going to close? Are we going to close properly? What are we going to do? PG not in yet. He's directing. Go to the post. You see how Rondo directing? What are we doing? High, low. Yep. Hey, great pass, man. Rondo directing traffic. You already know, man. That's that IQ. That's what I do. That's going to come so clutch come playoff time. Playoff Rondo? Bruh. Come on now. What are we doing here? See him? Okay, blow by. Good alley. That's a bad pass, though. Good one more. Low catch. My goodness. Good way to make that little. But that pass was a little low. Come on now. What are we doing here? Okay. Oh. Ability pal. I see you. Melo, knock that down, boy. Bear misses. We out. Push. Rondo. Bro, that's a terrible pass, Rondo. Good steal, CJ. My goodness, disgusting. You better trust him. He said, I'm thirsty. I hit him with the reverse B. My goodness, man. You gotta eat. What are we doing? PG back in the game now, okay? With 5:52 left. See what they do. They see how they double in off the screen. Just kill him. Fry mano a mano. They're doubling off the screen. Good pass. That's gotta go then. Great pass though, Cousins. Great pass. It's hard to pre-rotate or to double and hedge in this NBA. Everyone can shoot, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? You can't jump on that, Morris. That's your move. Damn, my bad. And you can see Kawhi, obviously, he's injured and he's on the bench. He's shaking his head like, nope, nope, nope. Robotic instinct says no. Robotic instincts says no, no. What are you talking about, Nick? Kawhi's like, shut up, man. No, no, I don't hear you. Leave me. Let me be. What are we doing, Reggie? My goodness, Reggie's been frying, man. My God, man. Ability. Oh, this team's shooting is actually reckless. What are we doing? Off the screen? Bruh. Boom. My buckets, you better love it. That's CJ getting buckets the three-way. My God, man. Put that on replay. Off the screen, Curl. You know how much people could do these off the screens and 2K be lying? Oh, they doubling PG on every screen now. You see what they doing? Go back to him. Just kill ISO. Don't even ask for screen. Thank you. Just ISO. I might go psycho. My God. Boom. It ain't a typo. Add the 2, boy. That's what I do, boy. Come on, PG. Come on, PG. If they trap in the screens, don't even ask for it. Just fry. See? They didn't trap there. They switched. Okay, there you go. Y'all what you want. My God. I like the take, though. You see how it's rattled? You can see PG even feels confident. All his misses are rattles. There's no side backboard. There's no clapping ball getting stuck. What we doing here? Good pass. That's bad defense, so you can't let Powell just blow by straight. No move. He just ran straight. Then they got to overhelp, and it's a drop-off pass. What are we doing? Okay. Good pass. One more. But Manzer, you know, Batum. That's how you feel over Little. You said he's little? Move up the middle. Melo post up. Melo post up. High low. Go back to him. Look at the off ball movement Melo just did. Jab step. Excuse me, bump. My goodness, Melo getting them buckets, boy. There's nothing vintage about him. What are we doing? They called foul. But you see what PG's starting to do? Because he noticed they're double teaming him on the pick and roll. He's starting to just run down the paint in transition. Off the inbound, just run quickly and get a bucket or get a foul. Play off us. We got you. We got you. I got you. I know, but all the time we got you. We got you, bro. I know. Zoo, listen to me. See PG Reggie try to let PG know, like, trust us, man. I got you. We got you, fam. We'll get you. We get you the luck. But PG's like, I'm putting it in my hands. When we get the ball, I'm running it down. What are we doing? My God. You see Melo's ability, even though he misses. Look at the ability, man. He's just so elite, man. What are we doing here? See, they give it to PG. What are we doing? See, pick and roll. They're trying to trap him. Go back to him. Go back to him. Nice. Good pass. You see they trap. Instincts backdoor. Hit the cutter. And then the dime. Drop the drop off. Rondo just watching. Cousins just watching. But you get what I'm saying? Like, this is more so, that was just a trap pick and roll situation. So now you know what they're doing. My God. Yo. CJ getting buckets the three-way. Look at the ability. My goodness, man. Are you kidding me? What are we doing? They're trapping. Good blow by. My goodness. See what he did differently? They tried to trap. He split the pick and roll this time. And then he hit him with a hop, step, escape, layup. See what I'm saying? IQ, PG. Good IQ there. Good IQ there. There, that's what we're talking about. IQ, that's what I do. What are we doing? Mono e mono. You know he's going for that. My goodness, would they escape me? Good contest, Zoo. What are we doing? Transition, push. Wrong foot, left hand lay. That's what I do. Ain't nothing new. Bruh. He's like, I got fouled. You didn't get fouled, though. My God, look at that. Yo, what? Yo, CJ threw the legs behind the back. Like, what? He grabbed the ball. Yeah, he grabbed the ball and he just fell. He grabbed the ball. That wasn't an and one. But good take. Good way to finish that PG, especially with the left hand wrong foot. I know you want the foul, but it wasn't a foul. I said, fuck that. I don't want ball. All right, let's go. We don't buy into that zone. Yep. Damn it. I had you on that last one. CJ knows. He's telling him, you lucky, boy. I had you, Batum. You lucky. Kawhi processing. Clutch. Last minute. Kawhi just dazed out there. What are we doing here? See, they doubling, okay? What are we? Good pass. That's got to go, pal. Great decision. In the clutch time, do I trust mine? What are we doing? Pushing transition. Get a bucket. They're not set. They didn't double. See? There you go. Mismatch. That's a terrible pass. He got bailed out. Actually, wasn't a foul. But it is what it is. Two. Processing. 2 shots. Yeah. Kawhi. I got hit twice before. Remember that corner? Letting him know. But here, let's see right here on the drive. Okay. Okay, he got pushed. I guess he got pushed by CJ, but I mean, that's still a frail call. It's still a frail call, but I mean, you know, you could call that. It is what it is, but you can see it. Let's see the last possession, 4.8. What are we doing? You can see CJ McCollum. Obviously, is going to go to him or Melo. You already know that's what it's got to go to. Hey, Shrimp. It's game winner, my guy. Got you. They talking shit. Maybe they betting or something. I don't know, on the sideline. You know, what time is it? What are we doing? It's Dame time, but he's not here. Show me something, CJ. My goodness. Oh, bruh. That was actually basically in CJ. And you can see Ty Lue's amp on the comeback win. PG finally closed. You get what I'm saying? He closed it well. He closed the door and sealed it. You can see they amp. They're like, yeah, PG. Yeah, boy. And you can see CJ's like, God damn, yo, that was basically in. Supposed to motherfucker win and close, motherfucker. Way to close. You see Rondo talking that. Good. My goodness, that was good. And he missed it. You see how it just dropped? It was actually right on target. Great move. No travel. He moved the right foot, not the left, the pivot. And look, it just dropped and right on the back rim. It just dropped a bit too long, slightly, like half an inch. My goodness. Way to close. You can see they look good. They all knew. And they were ready. Great win. Way to close, PG. And that's Game Boy no Nintendo. So you could see as the game, you know, as it winded down, you could see PG was closing. So let's kind of like just talk about it briefly. You know what I'm saying? The closing that I was showing. And you could see that PG was involved in majority of the plays down the stretch. They had a flow going. But most importantly, there was movement. It wasn't just straight ISO at all. But when it came down to it, he was able to ISO. Now, this one, a lot of people will say like PG close. And, you know, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to break down the context. And what I saw was a deep level, trained eye level of context that kind of like made me not just ride with, okay, PG just closed, right? Because it didn't come down to just half court set, where PG was just straight, had to like ISO or had to like, you know, they run a play for him and that's what it was, right? Now, some points, there was times where he had it. He got double teamed off the pick because they were double teaming, trapping and hedging. They were trapping the pick and rolls. So he was now forced to pass and then he backdoored and got a back hand off to Zubas. That was one. Then other times he was passing, you know, and then they kind of, you know, chain reaction or whatever. Then he'll get it back. Then he'll ISO. The one where he would ISO like the one on Rondé and he hit him with a step back. That's what I like to see. The one where he did a step back to the right and he missed and it rattled out. With CJ on him, that's what I like to see, but it rattled out. But majority of his takes, now if you pay attention to it, in the clutch was actually off a rebound, transition push, or a bucket, transition push. They're not fully set on defense, and he's pushing, and that's how he got majority of his layups. The only one he didn't was where he split through on the layup and got the twinkle toes hop step layup, right? But majority of the other ones was either draw foul or layup due to transition where they're not fully set. So that's what you start to see players do sometimes when they're kind of down. When they're down and they're like trying to make a comeback, they just, once a bucket happens or a miss happens, push, and just attack downhill, right? And that isn't necessarily clutch in terms of like it's gonna translate to playoffs, because normally that doesn't happen. Guys will actually lock in and whatever in regular season. Like you're up, you're not gonna foul in that situation. You're only gonna play somewhat proper defense, but like they're not set. It's not full lock in, no bucket type of defense. It's kind of like we're up 5, okay, maybe they get a layup. It is what it is whole time, right? Kind of like you're playing clock and score, right? So that's the same thing you saw from Embiid versus the Suns, right? Where it looked like he was closing to the naked eye, but with the trained eye, you just see they're down. They're not playing full defense. It's kind of transitional type of buckets, go, and that's kind of like, okay, we have to make up ground. The clock, we only have a minute left. Let's go push. Oh, rebound. Go big and layup. Push. Oh, run by. Did it take? Like, it's not really proper closing situation. And that's what I want to highlight. So don't take from this game. There's things to take from this game that were good. Like, the one thing to take from it that's good is you get the difference of flow with PG and Kawhi, right? Kawhi more so is more robotic, slow down, only me in the ISO. And then if I get padded, I pass. Where PG normally kind of tries to run to pick the offense, and then you can get more flow out of it with PG running it. There is a flow difference with Kawhi and PG. The only difference why I could see and why people who preach for them to run it through PG, you don't get that opportunity as much as opposed to running it through Kawhi, is because Kawhi has a stronger mentality that, yes, his ability and his flow and his fluidity is less than PG's, but PG's mentality is less than Kawhi. So even though PG has the better fluidity, the better arsenal, doesn't have to only get to a spot. He can do it from 3, can do it from the free throw, can do it from the elbows, can do it anywhere, right? It don't matter. So that's why that flow is better and that fluidity is better. But he's not operating on a higher, stronger mentality. He's operating on a lower mentality where he applies excuses. You don't know which PG you're going to get sometimes. And that's where it's kind of like, do you trust it? Because this is why I try to tell people basketball is 80 to 90% mental, right? You can have all the skill in the world, but if your mentality and your mental doesn't apply it, then you wouldn't even know. It looks like you don't have the skill, right? So Kawhi, on the other hand, has the lesser skill in terms of the fluidity. He's more robotic. He has to get to his specific elbows. He don't just do step back threes and, in and out threes. Like, he doesn't have an arsenal from 3 like that. It's only one type of 3 where he fakes runs and then does that foot step. It's not even really a step back. It's like a fake run forward, come back, right? He does that 3. And then other than that, he's more so going to the paint or going to the free throw line and doing his elbows and fades and whatever. But Kawhi's mentality is so strong that I'm going to get this off. I'm snapping. Are you dumb? Like, he has that strong alpha mentality where PG has an alpha mentality, but he's more so like, oh, if his wrist is hurt, his pinky's hurt, and it might affect him. Or like, I'm not in that flow. I don't feel comfortable right now. It might affect him. Like, there's other layers that can affect him. He's not stronger mentally as Kawhi. And that's where you could see why coaching staff, we're going to go with Kawhi. We're not going to go with PG, even though eye test-wise says go with PG, right? That's the conflict, right? Which one do you choose? Do you choose the ability, even with the weaker mentality, and just trust that the ability is going to be potent? Or do you trust the mentality that they're going to get a bucket, even though they have lesser ability, but still has ability, right? Which one do you choose? And that's the battle with the Kawhi and PG that you see go hand in hand every single time. And with the coaching staff, they're trying to, because PG could be hot, and it's like sometimes PG is hot and you should go with him. Now he's in a stronger mentality because he's hot today. He's hot right now. Go with him. But they kind of be like, it's the clutch. We've seen him in the clutch not perform, so we're going to go with the guy we trust. This guy, even though he's struggling. And that's where you see it. That's why they always cater towards Kawhi, right? in those clutch moments of running the plays through him, even without the flow, even though sometimes you're going to get that forced pickup bullshit, what he does, and then he has to pass across the court, and it's awkward, and, you get that stoppage in play a lot of the times with Kawhi, and if he doesn't get to a specific spot, he doesn't even pull, or he's not going to pass last minute, and then PG has to create or whatever, as opposed to with PG, you get a great flow, you get great ability, you get great arsenal, he will hold it, he can ISO anybody, you get what I'm saying, like, he could pass well at the pick and roll, right? It's not going to be slow. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? If he has to force a take, he could do a reverse pivot. He'll do something, right? Like he's going to get a great takeoff most of the times, right? It's just ability-wise, PG's flow is better because of the multiple skill sets, right? So, I mean, that's where you have to pick and choose. And this is why in the playoffs, normally, it's just sad to say it comes down to the stronger mentally always beats. So now when you have a combination of stronger mentally and stronger ability, it's like that's where you get the KD and the Kyries. That's where you get that Kobe, MJ, that tier over there, even Booker, like that tier, that's where you get that. Because there's guys without the ability like that, but they have the mental game, so they rise, like Butler, Kawhi, but they're still not operating on that high because there is lack to their ability, right? So there is going to be moments, even if they have the strong mental game, their ability won't be able to get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? At certain moments. Where then now you have some guys like PG who has the abilities on that Kobe and them stratosphere, but the mental game is a bit decreased. So sometimes they're going to miss. Sometimes, you know what I mean? They're not going to be as focused as killer. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. But that's my assessment of what I saw. And that's why you've seen the Clippers sometimes not be right. So this is where Rondo comes in. Rondo coming in where he knows he will be like, yo, PG's frying today. My fault. Kawhi, go to the corner. Like that gauge of ability, that gauge in the moment, that read and react radar and IQ is something that, that even LeBron has, Rondo has, that operating on that high level, knowing what to go to, when to go to, and how to go to it, right? Just that IQ is just something that you always need, right? And that's why Rondo is going to be so crucial for the Clippers come playoff time. There now they actually have a smooth, calm operator dictating what goes what. A Chris Paul. That's why even Chris Paul and Rondo clash. They're the same nigga, right? So they have that Chris Paul IQ. You know what? PG is frying right now. He's in his bag. Go. You know what? Even though PG is struggling, go to the corner right now. I don't trust it right now. Let's go, Kawhi. Kawhi wants to do this. No, go to the post. What are you doing? That's a mismatch, right? Dictating what you read and reacting what's on the floor and having that radar alert. That's got to go to. Oh, no, that's got to go to. You know what? Kawhi, go to the back. Even you might not get in the post. Just trust me. This guy's going to double. I see him helping before he double skip to the corner. Like stuff like that. So that's so crucial in a playoff series, man. It's so crucial. And that's why a 3-1 lead should not happen this time around. Like, losing a 3-1 lead, all that type of stuff should not happen. But at the end of the day, PG has potential to be a closer. It's just, is PG going I want to see PG struggling and then close. That's what I want to see. I need to see that. I'm not going to go to the extreme of saying PG straight ass in the playoffs, because even some years that they said he was ass in the playoffs, he actually wasn't. Like the one with OKC, like he wasn't ass. You know what I'm saying? Even though he lost that series, he wasn't ass. He wasn't. If you go pay attention, go look, right? Other series with Indiana, he wasn't ass. Like he has ample evidence of showing what elite looks like. But now, again, people only see him on the higher stages with Clippers and stuff like that. Then now they're going to, talk about that. But he does have bad games as well, too. But that's what I'm saying. It's more so the mental aspect. Other times he was injured, right? That where it affected him. I've seen other guys injured, but it don't affect him like Kobe. So he's not on that tier, right? But I won't go to the extreme of other people saying he's straight doo-doo cheeks and pandemic P, but there is truth to some of it, but not to the extent that they take it to. But again, I want to see more from PG. I got to see the ability, not the ability. I got to see him operate on that high level in the clutch. And that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm hoping to see. And that's what I know I could see. You know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting for those moments. I want him to be cold, 6 for 18. And then the clutch come around, can you turn it around and be hot? That's another tier, the highest tier, the hardest tier of clutch to attain. I've seen Kawhi do it. Sometimes, not really. But I've seen KD, Kyrie. Like, who I've seen do it. I've seen Booker just do it versus 76ers, where you're cold all game, then you turn it around in the clutch. Like, that is so hard to do. Like you don't know, I can't buy a bucket. It feels off. My shot feels off. I'm bricking. I'm clapping. Like I'm cold. You don't feel comfortable. Most guys in that situation, what they gonna do? They're not even gonna attempt a shot. They're gonna go to the corner and they get it and they pass. They're not gonna attempt the shot unless they're forced to. Right? They're not gonna take the same takes, or they're just gonna try and run into the paint and draw a foul and get to the free throw line. Get some type of, you know what I mean? But to still take the same take you would take when you're doing a heat check that you do when cold and still get the bucket when you're cold. That's the highest tier echelon of clutch. That is there's levels in clutch, right? You have like clutch level 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's the highest tier level of clutch right there. That's like only a small package, only a small few. You know, when you have like the Skittles and there's only a couple of red Skittles in there, that's the few that have done it in this game on that operate on that level, right? So that's that right there. You already know. But anyways, you already know. I appreciate y'all. It's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Share, like, and subscribe like we said. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know what time it is, man. Follow my IG. Follow my Twitter. If you ain't know, spread the word. We're gearing down to the playoff stretch. You already know. A video will come out tomorrow. We'll do the Nets and I'll talk about the Nets and the Raptors as well, because now everybody returned. You already know. So that will be out there as well. You already know, man. I appreciate y'all. You gotta love it, man. And I'm out, man.